Now, one current and one former Mine Springs employee have been bonded out of the Mesa County Jail after arrest late last week, with the former being placed on administrative leave. Our Michael Logerwell is live in the studio with an update. Michael?
Mine Springs says it's placed Megan Navarro, the Senior Clinical Director of Withdrawal Management and Residential Programs, on unpaid administrative leave after she and former Mine Springs employee Gary Swinson have been charged with attempting to influence a public official, but the arrest affidavit paints a much more complex story. The whole story starts in October of 2022 when Grand Junction police officers arrested then Mine Springs employee Gary Swinson on domestic violence charges. While in jail, the affidavit shows Swinson called both his victim and Senior Clinical Director Megan Navarro, who said she had also spoken with his victim and, quote, handled it in the parking lot, and the victim would, quote, make it right. In a later call, Navarro indicated in exchange for making it right, Navarro would attempt to get child services off the victim's back. 2 days later, on October 10th, the affidavit shows the victim request the criminal case against Swinson be dropped. The affidavit mentions a phone call in which Navarro told Swinson to say that he worked at Mine Springs for a year and a half in an effort to lower his bond, when in reality Swinson had only worked there for less than half a year. Records indicate Swinson confirmed he falsely told pretrial services officers he worked at Mine Springs for a year and a half, which is where the charges of attempting to influence a public servant come into picture for Swinson and for Navarro for directing him to do so. Now, why would Navarro go through all of this for Swinson, a co-worker? Well, the affidavit shows they were more than co-workers, referring to each other as babe and love, and also having some conversations that were sexual in nature. Attempt to influence a public official is a Class 4 felony in the state of Colorado, and that carries a sentencing range of 2 to 6 years and a fine of up to $500,000. First on the Western Slope, in studio, Michael Logerwell reporting.